Jack suddenly discovered that his wife had turned into an elementary school student. At first, Jack thought it was a prank. After all, his wife Debbie had passed away 10 years ago. But this little girl not only accurately said their wedding anniversary date, she also knew who their daughter Alice's first love was. Most importantly, her tone and demeanor were exactly the same as Debbie's when she was alive. Jack finally accepted the reality before him, and just as he was about to have a heartfelt reunion, Debbie scolded him fiercely. Debbie found out that Jack and Alice usually just ate convenience store meals. Had they been living like this ever since she died? Even worse, Alice still hadn't found a job and was in her 20s, staying home all the time. Debbie lectured them both and decided to come back home to help improve their lives. She told them to start by improving their diet and said she'd bring them homemade lunches whenever she could. The next day, Jack was no longer gloomy. He was even full of energy at work, because after 10 years, Debbie was making him lunch again. That night, Jack bought Debbie a phone to make it easier to stay in touch. The smartphone had no buttons, which made Debbie feel quite uncomfortable. Watching Debbie struggle to figure out the phone in an adorable way, Jack couldn't help but take lots of photos. At that moment, Alice returned home, and she seemed to have moved on from her grief, deciding to find a job. In the blink of an eye, their daughter had grown up, which made Debbie feel emotional. The family enjoyed the long-lost warmth, immersing themselves in happiness.